is our parent company. They're located in the US, and they hold two businesses under Acre. The first one is Vanderbilt, which is an access control, video, and intrusion manufacturer of systems, and Comnet, which is a communication networks company selling switches that operate on copper or wireless or fiber. And so each end of the communication network, the switches that are allowing, say, video to transmit across that. Interestingly, Vanderbilt, a global company, has offices in New Jersey, but the product lines that are developed in New Jersey are focused on the US market, US and Canada. They do have some sales internationally, but then when you come over to Vanderbilt International, you find that we have similar products, but they're designed for primarily the European marketplace. We find them sometimes being picked up in the United States, but they're really primarily developed for the European marketplace. As well, we're starting to move those products into Asia Pacific and the Middle East, so we're starting to expand our footprint a little bit as a company here internationally. When you look at Comnet, it's also US based. It's in Connecticut, and their product portfolio is a global portfolio that works for everywhere, so the same products that we sell in the US are the same products that we sell here internationally. And so when we look at the companies, access control, very specifically covering all the way from the low end to the high end. Intrusion, we stay in the middle market, so we're kind of in the middle to high end sector. We wouldn't be looked at as a company that sells into residential applications. We might end up in some light commercial, but typically you would find us into some of the larger commercial applications. Those would be like multiple site businesses, like retail operations, banks, things where they want to be able to monitor multiple offices and such. That would be more of our typical customer base on the intrusion side. Video is usually just an integrated piece of those systems. So where you need video and access, say that you want to see who went through the door at what time, you see that video clip and you're able to identify that. With the intrusion side of it, the same thing. We had an event, something, let's say there was an alarm, I can quickly look through a mobile device like my phone to determine whether or not there was really an event there or was it a false alarm. And you're able to then judge whether or not you go forward with that. So when you look at the Vanderbilt product line, that's really where we are. When you consider the Comnet product line, we're more of an industrial application for communications, networking. You can take the light switching, those are kind of more lighter in terms of more residential type applications or light office applications. So applications for us would be more typically a harsher environment where you want to be able to have the robust nature of the switch out in the field. And the typical data communication that you'd see there would be a video type communication.
The company is one of the security manufacturers to provide access and intrusion and other products into the general market. We focus mainly here on Europe and the Far East and the Middle East. We have Vanderbilt Industries in America and Vanderbilt International here in Europe. We are into providing a number of ranges of access control, the right product for the right type of customer. We do specialize on low end, medium end, and then we work very comprehensively with partners like Siemens, products in the high end marketplace, and we have other options for those customers as well. We've always tried to make sure for our installers that they can provide a better solution for the customers in making the product relatively straightforward to use, not too complicated, get in and provide everyday solutions so the customers can do it themselves. We don't want to have the engineers having to turn up on site to do simple things like prepare reports for the customers. If they need to generate an alarm because someone's come into a certain area, we want the customer to be able to configure that themselves and make life easy. We've got a full suite of access control. Our SPC intrusion product is on the cloud. We have a cloud-based access control product, and cloud-based access control is becoming very trendy and very easy for people to use. We've noticed the speed of install to be a lot better, which obviously costs less and is helping the installers get to the next customer. whenever you get into, say, a 5 to 10 door distributed system around different parts of the globe, people are liking the cloud product because it gives them the ability to see the system working from anywhere in the world. So I do see a change in people's requirements. Traditionally, it's always been very much a server with a traditional access control product. We have both products, and we're seeing the market moving towards the cloud now. Today at the booth, we've launched a nice video entry phone which attaches into the ACT product range. We have been showing new biometric readers which are connecting to ACT, and that whole world of integration is very important to us. Our Intrusion product is it's a really nice, modern, cloud-based product, and it's working into that medium commercial market, and it now integrates fully with our ACT product. So you get the best from both worlds. A lot of systems out there, they're a very good intrusion product or they're a very good access product. You very rarely get both. Yet what we've got is two products that are both great products, but they join right together and you don't notice the join.
Vanderbilt, actually Acre, has been an acquisitive company. We just made 2 acquisitions in the United States, both of them access control companies. That's provided now a balance in revenue between the US and Europe. And so the business is now balanced across the globe in the primary markets. We haven't gotten in really into Asia Pacific much, but the future for us would be to continue to advance our intrusion products down into next generation. Everything continues to be more cloud-based in the way that we approach all of that. So our access control solutions, we already have a cloud-based solution. We'll probably see more of that advancement going into the future. We'll be looking at more of these applications where you see things coming out in new technologies like emerging facial recognition technologies. They've advanced to a point where they're very, very, very reliable and very, very easy to use. And so those might become more and more of a part of what we see in access control going forward. And then from a company standpoint, we would continue to make acquisitions, likely in Europe to be things that are in the intrusion space or in the communication network space.